content creator and you want to get on here and yap about how somebody made you feel and all of that, you don't need friends. Brianna Carlin. Every day I'm getting on TikTok and I'm seeing story times. There's story times on YouTube too, but I really don't be bothering with story times on YouTube for whatever reason, even though it's low-key better to just watch it in long form instead of trying to follow behind all these different separate parts. But besides the point, right? What I wanted to say, and this is just for me, like when I get on my TikTok and the For You page is like story time on how this, story time on how that, and then sometimes like they're getting footage from the actual encounter that they're having when they're falling out with folks or having these encounters with people, right? I really want to focus on like the friend parts. When people are immediately getting online and doing a story time on their friend, or you have this girl trip that didn't go right and you're already talking about the girl trip while you're sitting in the airport. You didn't even give stuff to time to die down and possibly see if everybody wants to talk about it, hash it out, see where people misunderstood each other. Like, people are immediately getting online and making story times. So I feel like if you're that type and you want to be that type of content creator and make story times, I don't think you should have friends. Because it looks like people rather get online and make a big deal out of stuff rather than talking it out and giving things time. Like, I can understand if you're talking about a fallout that possibly happened maybe 6+ months ago. I can understand finally getting online and talking about it. But to immediately get online right after you had a disagreement with your friend and get to going in, it's given you might not have really been friends with them in the first place, because I feel like you should at least have a little decency to let some stuff sit down, give things an opportunity to see if somebody's going to talk about it, and then you go in. And then sometimes when you hear these story times, the person who's telling the story, it's like, honestly, you were wrong, but this is your page, so everybody's gonna, validate you. But yeah, this is just random thought. Like, if you are a content creator specializing in story times and you want to come and air out business like that in some of the worst ways, I don't think you should have friends, and you shouldn't even be prioritizing trying to make new friends, because what's the point when you have this eye for looking for dysfunction and chaos so you can talk about it? And then don't get me started. I always say there should come a point in time where story times shouldn't be recent anymore. Like, story times should have a little dust on them when you finally tell the stories. So I feel like once it gets to a point that you always got a story time from yesterday and last week and last month, you might be the problem. You might be inserting yourself in situations that you had no business being in because you just want to do it for the plot. Because there's absolutely no way there should be this many story times. And it's like, y'all didn't even give stuff a chance to go completely wrong. Y'all did certain things too soon. And it's just like, people are all just thirsty for a viral moment. And it's like, give it some time. Sit down. Like, you don't have to get on here and bash these ladies. And here's another thing why I also say content creators, if you're the type you just get on here and like talk about everybody and everything and this and the other, I don't think you should have friends. Because there's a good example of this. I think it was like last week or 2 weeks ago. A nice young lady that I follow her channel moved to a new city, new state or city or whatever, and I've seen her in some of the Facebook groups looking for women friends, right? So I've seen her face multiple times, and I'm like, oh, that's that lady. I see her YouTube channel. So she's in this group looking for friends. So she moved to a new city, new state, and okay, so she met new women or whatever the case is, and instantly hadn't been in her new state for hadn't even been there for a week. Only had been there for probably 3 days max. And instantly got on live and talking about the young ladies that she was out with. And it's just like, I understand. Right now, they might not know that you do content. They might not know your YouTube channel. But the fact that you have not left the parking lot from the club and you are talking about the young ladies that you were hanging out with, baby girl, you do not need friends. Like, what do you want friends for? Is it so you can have something to talk about? Because that's absolutely insane. Like, people literally get their phones out and get to talking about who they're with before they even pull off from whatever it is. Before they even pull off from whatever date they're going on. You don't even give stuff a chance to just set in, get your thoughts together, and come calmly. And I'm not even the type to comment in people's lives unless, like, I feel like you my girl. But even I had to say something to live like, yo, I think you should just do away with this potential supposed to be upcoming friendship, because you got online and straight talking about these ladies, and there's absolutely no way you can try to say, well, I didn't mean it like this, I didn't mean it like that, because you damn near already accused the girls of being jealous. You already accused the women of being jealous of you. So how can you keep going out with these people? If you keep going out with these people and you feel like you felt this vibe or whatever, like, at this point you're doing it for the plot so you can have more content. But I just can't get over, like, people don't give folks a chance no more. They're running, talking about each other online. And yeah, if you're gonna do that, stop looking for friends. Just make your community online. Yeah, that's all I would recommend, because, like, you're going into people's lives creating chaos, because it's starting to give that it's a certain energy about you. Yeah, I was just too shocked by that. Like, you're literally not even pulled off from the parking lot with the ladies, and you're already saying, like, we're in this club, I bet everybody in this club is broke. Huh? See, it's the attitudes, and it's why you constantly have story times on falling out with people, because yikes. But yeah, this was random, all over the place, but I'll probably try to make this more formal, because I do want to talk about the topic of and explain more why I feel like content creators, if you're like heavy into it, I don't think you should even be trying to pursue friends, because there's going to be somebody who's not feeling your content, not feeling what you said, and yeah, I'm sure you're not going to feel like conversing with folks and getting their approval to see if you can talk about this without them feeling some type of way and all of these type of things. So I feel like if you're a content creator and you want to get on here and yap about how somebody made you feel and all of that, you don't need friends. Because they're going to find it. They're going to find your content. They're going to be able to pinpoint who is who, what is what date was that. Oh, you're talking about me. So yeah, that's that. That's all for right now. I will catch y'all some other time.